I'm migrating from Drip to ConvertKit, and one of the huge hassles in that migration is the fact that Drip will allow me to send arbitrary tags and tag all of my subscribers willy-nilly with anything that I want, and that's great. That's powerful, and it's really super flexible. But ConvertKit takes a different approach, and they want you to be a little bit more restrained with your tagging, and for the most part, they expect you to have the tags predefined before you put your users into there. But what I want to make sure is that all of the segments that I've tagged in Drip come over to ConvertKit. So the way to do that with ConvertKit is the way they suggest is to create individual export CSV files and then import them into the tag that you want it to go into. And that's fine. You can do that inside a Drip. You could go in, you can go to your subscriber panel, you can filter them, and you can export them for each individual tag. But the problem is that each export actually can take anywhere from 6 minutes to 6 hours, and you'll get an email when it's done. So if you have 3-4 months to do your export, that process would be great. I don't. I really want to get this done before the next billing cycle. My rates have gone up. I'm not happy about it. I want to get off Drip and onto ConvertKit, and I need my tags and my subscribers to come with me. So this is what you end up with when you export from Drip. You end up with a CSV file that contains every single one of your active subscribers, every single property that has ever been applied to that particular subscriber. And one of those properties is the tags field. And inside that tags field, you'll see that all of the tags that apply to that particular subscriber are available to me. And the tags field is like a little mini CSV in that there's comma separated tags inside of this field. So I could go through with this, and I can't really do much with it with ConvertKit, to be honest. I need to actually separate these out and make sure that I have different CSV files for each tag, because ConvertKit can't parse this tags field at this time. So what I want to do is first I'm going to import this subscriber CSV into ConvertKit, and at that time I'm going to map each one of these properties that matters to me to the properties in ConvertKit. And to solve the other problem, to get my tags in and to get each of those individual CSVs for my tags, I went ahead and wrote this little script. I used Node.js. It's fairly simple. It reads in a CSV file. It goes through and parses those tags fields, and then exports a CSV file that contains the emails of every subscriber that's been tagged with that particular tag. So to get this to work, I'm going to go ahead and clone or download, whichever you're comfortable with. I'm going to use git. So I copy that link, and in my terminal, I am going to go ahead and say git clone. I'm going to clone that repository. That code ends up in this folder, migrate to ConvertKit from Drip. So I'll go into that folder, and I'll check that out, and you can see that all those files have been downloaded from Git, and it's ready to go. Because this is Node and I have a package.json, I am going to say npm install. And this goes out on the internet and gets all of my dependencies for me. Now, the next step is to open this up in an editor. I'm going to use VS Code, so I can say code dot, and that'll open that up in VS Code. And here's my script. Now, just as a quick tour, this has some libraries that we're using internally for parsing CSVs and dealing with the data that is contained in the CSVs. I have a CSV file path. This is pointing to subscribers.csv. You'll notice that that actually doesn't exist over here yet. We'll move that in a moment. I have a tag separator, so this is the comma that separates the tags in the tag field. This can change from providers. For Drip, it's always a comma, so this default should work fine. I have filters, and this is important especially if you have a lot of tags and you don't want them to all come in at once. I have over 100 tags, so if I just run this blank without a filter in here, it's going to fill my directory up, and it's going to be a lot of work when I'm really only interested in a subset. And for the most part, that's all you have to change when you get into this. You can come down here and you can make changes and do more complicated things or add data or do whatever if you're comfortable with that. But if you just want to get your tags out, that's all you need to know. And for me, the first step to get those is going to be to come over here and actually drop my subscribers CSV onto this window. All right, so now I have subscribers. I have my CSV file. This will point to a file. And I want to filter for everybody that is tagged with sent space hyphen space. And this is a tag that I use whenever I send an email to folks that are in my evergreen lists so that I can be sure that I don't send them the same emails twice. And because I'm bringing over those evergreen emails, I don't want new subscribers inside of ConvertKit or my old subscribers to get the same emails that they've previously got. So I want all of my sent emails to be included. So now, once I have my subscribers in place, and we can verify that, I have subscribers.csv, everything's set. I can simply type node index.js. And what I end up with is about a dozen individual CSV files that I can import one at a time into specific tags in ConvertKit and apply these tags to all of the emails contained within this CSV file.